Looking at this set of prints for AD Mor properties, this is the title sheet that we begin with. You can see the sheet number TS1, TS for title sheet. So you have the name of the sheet and the sheet number. Notice on this title sheet, you have an index of drawings for the different categories of prints in this set. And these categories are common for any set of commercial building prints. The sets would be architectural, structural, mechanical, plumbing, and electrical. Now, as we look at the individual page numbers, you will notice that the architectural page numbers typically start with a letter A for architecture, letter S for structural, letter M for mechanical, letter P for plumbing, letter E for electrical. The civil category would have to start with the letter C for its pages, but in this drawing set, there are no pages available for civil on this project. As we look at the rest of this title sheet, we will notice that you do have a design team listed for the architectural portion of the prints, a structural portion of the prints, and the electrical and mechanical portion of the prints. At the bottom of the sheet, you will see some information on building data, which is put there from the architect who did the design for the building, but the design has to match zoning codes and building codes in the community where the building is going to go. Over to the left side of the sheet, you'll have some symbols that are commonly used throughout the drawings, and these symbols will tell you what each symbol stands for when and if you see these symbols on any of the drawing sheets in this drawing set. Underneath those symbols, you have a whole list of abbreviations for words that will be used throughout the drawing. Keep in mind that with these abbreviations, most abbreviations will be 2 letters, 3 letters, or 4 letters. Abbreviations are used commonly because if we use the entire word or phrase within notes on a drawing, it takes up too much space on the drawing. So it's just very simple logic to use abbreviations for common words that are used throughout the commercial building industry. Let's look at the next sheet, which is a sheet labeled SPC1. This is a specification sheet. What this sheet shows are architectural specifications made up by the architect. The purpose of these specifications is to let the contractor know what is expected by the architect in the construction of the building. We will not worry about the specifications right now at this point in time. We will get back to drawing specifications later on in this course. The next sheet is sheet titled SD1, which is also prepared by the architect, and SD stands for site development. So this is basically a site plan which shows the property for the building. It shows the nearest road that the property adjoins for the building. It shows the position of the building on the property. It shows entrance into the building from the road, and it gives how far off the property lines the building has to be for what's referred to as a setback that is required by zoning codes. Also, too, for each property line, you will see a number. You'll say 2 sets of numbers. The first number is the distance of decimal feet for the length of the property line. The second number is a bearing direction set by the surveyor who surveyed the property. In a case of this property line, it has a length of 862.65 feet. but it has a bearing direction, meaning from the south will go 88 degrees, 22 minutes, 13 seconds towards east. So this property line runs in a southeast direction. At the lower portion of this drawing, you will see that the site plan has a scale. 1 inch equals 30 feet. It also has a north arrow, and it has a plan north arrow. The north arrow, as we have already talked about in your previous assignment, is the arrow that points to geometric north or to the North Pole. Plan north is the direction used by the architect and contractor to understand a northerly direction based on the orientation of the building. So true north is straight up by the north arrow, but plan north is the direction along the longer sides of this building. So if we say north, a contractor will understand that north is in this direction. So this would be the north side of the garage. This would be the north side of the office area. Like this would be the south side of the garage. This would be the south side of the office area. This would be the east side of the garage. And this would be the west side of the office area and the west side of the garage. Here we can take a look at some of the zoning notes. And if you take time to read, the zoning notes are indicated by the architect, and these zoning notes are used to indicate information about zoning codes in the community where this building is planned to be built at. So many drawings will have notes on the drawing besides just the physical drawing of the line work itself. So when you look at every drawing in a print set, you want to pay attention not just the line work that represents the drawing or the view. You also want to pay attention to all notes that will happen on the drawing. So hopefully this little video will help you when you answer questions for assignment 4.